I'm live, but I forgot to turn off the light again. Man, slipping. All right, that should be better. I'm still here in this little basement of mine, and but I have looked at a few places. What's up, Finn? How you doing, man? I went to a gym this weekend, and it was a huge gym. It had like 3 courts to it, but they're making it bigger. They wanted to like sell me like an office space and stuff like that, and it seemed great. But the guy said that they were like packed and like they had like no time. And I was like, well, I'll start buying time like months from now. I'll buy it for the whole year in advance. And he seems kind of hesitant, but he knows my mom and stuff like that. So that might be an option. But since then, I've had like 4 other places look up, plus one like former like kid that I used to play against in high school. He has a gym now. So this thing is going to get done one way or the other, but I can't really start until I find the location that I'm going to be at, because then I have to get kids from that area. I'm not trying to get kids to drive an hour in just to come to my practices. So that's all on hold, I guess. I did have a guy come in last week, or this weekend on Saturday, and he came in to check out my studio and to put my PC together and stuff like that. And this guy's like a genius. He wants to reconnect the wiring through the roof and make all this stuff happen. He told me to return some parts so he could buy some better stuff to make the show even better. And all he wants in return is my brother's old Xbox and old consoles, so he can remake them into other things. It's crazy. So anyway, that's what's up. That's what's up on my end. I've been watching your guys' workouts online. I saw Finn's still doing the 5-week challenge. Great job with that, man. Haven't seen anyone else's stuff, but I have received a phone call from Dylan Sway. He said that things are going well on his end. He played against Tion. If you guys are looking to get some Tion workouts, he played against Tion, and he said he's pretty good. I know Tion's pretty good, but no matter what, just know that I'm better than Tion, all right? I mean, I'm not there to play him anymore, so you kind of have to just take my word for it, but I would kick his butt. All right. Anyways, let's start with the workout. We have elementary school. We have judgment shots, 7-minute shooting, cops and robbers, pump fake to escape dribble, battle ropes, and backboard alley-oops. For 7-minute shooting, we have some of our records have been broken. I noticed Blake hit 30 the other day. That's awesome. Still not the 43 that is the overall record holder, but keep doing it. Keep filming the stuff. That's a great drill. It's a good drill for your stamina and a great drill for just shooting and your clutchness. Me and Sway saw each other at Tion's. Oh, yeah? Were you playing in that? And if you did, how did you do? Did you guard Sway? And if you did, elbow him in the chest, forearm him right in the chest. That's how you get to people. All right. Maybe that's how you get 40 points scored on you. I don't know. It depends on what you're able to do and whatever they're able to do. What up, Ren Marchetti? And then so for the 7-minute shooting, I really want to see you guys try to break that record. And again, just attempting it is going to make you guys better. So just attempt it. Just keep trying it. Nah, I was right before him. I got you. Also, it must go by grade, huh? All right, well, keep going. Cops and Robbers is a game where we go from half court where everyone chases you running in. I saw someone, who was it? It was a player in the NBA. He did Cops and Robbers during an actual basketball game. He did it on someone prolific. It was a small guard, and he cut off a bigger defender. It was, it was maybe Kawhi Leonard or something like that. It was someone like that. He cuts him off, booty bumps him, went like this, and then went up and just dunked on him. It was crazy because there's nothing that you could do defensively against that. All you can do is just run into the player and get a foul. So you have to slow down. So when you do the Cops and Robbers thing, yes, it's about speed. It's about making a full court layup. It's also about cutting them off. All right, so you got to go at an angle that isn't even toward the basket to cut them off, and you attack them first. So if you want someone to back away from you and not hit you, the best way to do it is to hit them. Last ones, we got battle ropes. again, I'm using the inertia ropes now because those are lighter to carry, but also do basically the same thing. And then pump fake to escape dribble. That's some Klay Thompson stuff. Speaking of Klay Thompson, he had 12 in a row, flat footed. That's pretty good. I mean, of course, he's going to be a great shooter no matter what. Once you can shoot, you can always shoot. But I'm excited for him to come back. I've heard a lot of things about him, saying like his work ethic and like who he is as a person, as a competitor. And I think that we understate that because he's so quiet on the court. So now we've been getting to like know him off the court. It's kind of weird. Sway's whole flight team was at Tion's after us. So I see. Clay's your favorite player. He's a pretty solid player, man. Anyway, we'll see what he's about when he comes back with him and Steph Curry. If they return back to form like that and finish like, let's say, top 3, I think him and Steph are just automatic Hall of Famers. If they're not already, they will definitely be then. And then the last one is backboard alley-oops, throwing the ball off the backboard for the alley-oop dunks. I saw this happen too. It was before LeBron got hurt, which was hilarious when he got hurt. Not hilarious that he got hurt, but hilarious when he got hurt. I don't know who it was, like Taylor Horton or something like that, goes on a fast break and they have LeBron behind them. Maybe it's Kuzma, and they passed it back to LeBron, and then he had a huge dunk. It's so weird to not see it off the backboard alley-oop. When I was in high school, they used to throw me those a lot. And the most like random one was Adam Bollinger. Okay, he's on my team. Just a regular player and stuff like that. You know, when we're playing, I went to a small school, so we were a 1A school. We played against a 4A school, and they were like 4 times bigger. They're huge, and it was against Skyview, and they had 3 college players on their team. One guy wound up playing D1 football, but he's going in for a layup like the cops and robbers thing, and has 3 players chasing him. And I'm like watching him, just like to shoot this like wide open layup with 3 guys chasing him. He looks back at me, looks back again, and I'm like, no. And then he's like, puts the ball like hell low. Like, I know what he's going to do. He's going to throw it off the backboard for me to dunk it. And I'm like, what the heck? There's 3 guys in between us. And he throws it off the backboard, and I jump, and I have to climb over these people's backs, like 3 of them, and I grab the ball, and I bring it behind my back, and I dunk on them. My first thought was, whoa, like that was a dumb pass. We almost blew that. We need 2 points. That was lucky, blah, blah, blah. And his first thought was to flex for the crowd. He was like, yeah, he starts like flexing, and I was like, this idiot. But it's funny. So like just throwing backboard alley-oop passes is just like a pastime for like me, especially. But if you guys want to do that, I see no bad thing in it. So these backboard alley-oops, they don't just help if you can dunk or if you can pass to a dunker. No. I like them because even if you're shooting a layup off of them, or if you lower the rim to dunk off them, it helps with your timing for rebounds, your timing for layups, just your athleticism in general. If you do it over and over and over again, it helps with your leg strength. So backward alley-oops, it's a deeper drill than meets the eye. Let's go ahead and just go all the way through. My mom bought me this, or she didn't buy it for me. She probably just found it. This calendar with a whole bunch of trivia questions on it. Because our trivia thing isn't really ready yet, I mean, I'm not gonna, do it for reals until I get like the whole setup and the countdown and stuff like that. Maybe I can just go by this and just rip them off, and then the winner gets it. They are multiple choice. So maybe I will give them multiple choices after I ask the question. I'll ask the question, I'll wait for a little bit, and then I'll give the multiple choices if you guys don't answer them. So I'll start right now, and then I'll talk about the middle school stuff. Or no, maybe then I'll talk about the quote. There you go. All right, so the trivia question for today. Again, these aren't worth any points, nothing like that. Oh, by the way, when I went into that place to see the gym, I showed him my currency. I showed him the Bible book that we have. I showed him everything. And at first he thought that I was like some kind of like small time thing. And then he starts looking, he's just like, what the hell did you do, dude? And I think he was seriously impressed. Until I find the calendar and win everyone. Oh yeah, I need to not show you what the calendar is. All right, so anyway, the first question is, which of the following players, see, it says which of the following players. All right. So I gotta reword this question. All right. Okay. There is a player who was 1, 2, 3. All right, there's a player that won a championship, but he only won 2 of these. All right, the MVP of the regular season, the MVP of the finals, and the MVP of the All-Star game. I'm just going to give you all 4 people. This is impossible to act like that. All right. This player won 2 of 3 of those, not 3 of 3. All right. 3 of these players won all 3 of these. All right. In the same season. One of these players only won 2. So this is an extremely tricky question. Okay. But I figured out the answer because of my memory. So I was like, oh, so maybe you guys can too. So I'll just give you the thing. Which of the following players was not named MVP of the regular season, MVP of the finals, and MVP of the All-Star game in the same season? Was it A, Shaquille O'Neal, B, Willis Reed, C, Michael Jordan, D, Kevin Durant? Now, if you think that you know, which of the following players was not named MVP of the regular season, finals, and All-Star game on the same year, this is the only one of these 4 players that was not named all 3 of those. And the answer is not B, not Willis Reed. It is Kevin Durant. Finn got it right. Kevin Durant did not. The Warriors forward has won all 3 awards during his career, but not all in the same year. Durant won the 2014 NBA MVP and the 2017 NBA Finals and 2012 All-Star Game MVP. Reed won all 3 in 1970. Jordan did it twice in 1996 and 1998, and Shaquille O'Neal did it in the year 2000. His MVP season, he lost in the finals. He did. Good job, man. And you know my story about his MVP season where he gave the award to his mom. I don't think he's won another one. He said the next one is for me. And the reason that he gave it to his mom is because his mom forced him to work out. All right. He said he wanted it. His mom found out what he needed to do. She forced him to do all this stuff. He loved it until like about a month in. Then he's just like, I want to quit. And she's like, nah, you got to do this because I know that you truly want this. So she forced him to do it. And then he became hella good. And then when he got into the pros, he became amazing, won MVP. And he said, I don't deserve this. My mom does. Because sometimes you need to be forced in life. All right. Sometimes you need to be forced to wipe your butt. Sometimes you need to be forced to run your miles. So didn't his mom make him run 5 miles a day? Exactly. She did whatever the coach told him to, basically. She didn't know. She just asked some coach. And some coach gave him all the answers and drove next to him and forced him to do it. Yep. And now some of that might be just me retelling the story to make it better. I do that every now and then, but that's basically the story. Quote of the day is "Let's Go." All right, there's a rap song with that name, "Let's Go." It's by Lil Jon and someone else, I don't know, but it's a hype word. Okay, "Let's Go" is the thing, and you know, I say that to myself again. When I came from that meeting, the guy didn't say anything bad. He just went like, "We're kind of fool, like, you know, come back to me later." I was pissed. I mean, like, because I want this thing to go. And my mom was like, no, you got to be patient. I was like, I've been patient. I was like, I've been doing this for 10 years. I was like, you add 30 more years of patience, then I'm dead. All right. I'm like, let's go now. I'm like ready to go. I'm ready to go all full bore. I'm ordering like plastic bags with our logo on it so I can wrap all this stuff in it. Like, I mean, like I'm now down to the most minute details. I have organized all the coaches' bags. There's 4 different coaches, 3 different coaches, 1 trainer, and I've organized their bags to the color, like everything that's in there. They each get their own iPhones, so that they can film games. The 256 gigs or maybe 512, so that they can film as many games as possible. I mean, like, I'm going crazy off this, and I won't even give this stuff to the coaches until like September. And I'm already prepared. So, I mean, like, let's go. Like, let's do this thing. All right. Was it that, yo, John, why did you retire? Why did I retire? Because I was overseas and I really, really missed, I missed American food, American girls. And there you go. So I was just done. I could have played there probably like 8 more years, but I don't know. It gets pretty lonely. I mean, I'm a lonely sort of guy. I hang out by myself, but when you're in the country You can't even understand the people's words. Like, I mean, I know I should have like learned Chinese, but I wouldn't have learned it that well, right? It's not my culture. To be around your own, it just means everything after a while. I mean, like, there's a reason why people can only spend so much time in solitary confinement, and it's because what you guys had to experience at the beginning of the pandemic. It's not good for the mental psyche. So like I did it for 5 years or so, and I was at my point. But most people, they can't last a year or two. So I mean, I think I did pretty well outside of my environment. My mom, yes, I came home for my mom. Exactly. All right. Thanks, mom. Anyways, the motivational story. Whoa, this is crazy. Okay, so this motivational story, my mom's on right now. I just told her this story yesterday, and I told it to my brother yesterday, and told it to my stepdad yesterday. I did not know that it was the next story. All right. So I guess I'll just retell it right now. That is so random. I swear to God, I told this story yesterday without knowing. So, anyways, the story is this: did I try to play in Australia or somewhere that spoke English? I started my career in Australia, just like I got like a chance to play there. But once I was in Japan, that was the big time league in Japan, but they were only going to pay me like $20,000. And then when I went to Taiwan, I got a better job for more money, but it was a less league. So I knew it was kind of like a dead end league. So basically, if you come from Taiwan, no one really thinks that you're anything. And I mean, that was how Taiwan thought of me before I got there. No one basically respects anyone everywhere. So after a while, you're just kind of stuck where you are. That was how I played it out, at least. Anyways, the story is of Thomas Edison. I probably told some of you guys this story. I know that I told my family just yesterday. This is really, really crazy. This book works in mysterious ways. But Thomas Edison was one of the geniuses to like life, right? You know, he invented the light bulb, and like he invented movies, like the movie theaters. It's crazy. He invented like a whole bunch of crap. But his story started when he was like 9 years old, and he comes home from school with a letter, and it was addressed to his mom. So his mom picked it up and read it, and she read it out loud, and she's like, "Oh, it says, Dear Mrs. Edison, your son is a genius, and we don't have the faculty or the facilities to teach him at this school. You will have to homeschool him." And she goes, "So that's what we're gonna do." So she did that, and she homeschooled him, and then he became smarter and smarter and smarter. Then he eventually became freaking Thomas Edison. He also created the bifocals, right? Like crazy stuff, right? All this stuff. And then 1 year she died when he's like 50 years old, and like I don't know, a few years after that, he's going through all of her stuff, and he finds that letter, and he gets the letter out and like wants to just read it for old time's sake. And this is his first time actually seeing it, because his mom just read it out loud to him, and he reads it and it says, "Dear Mrs. Edison, your child is retarded, and we do not have the facility nor the faculty to teach him at the school. We believe that you should homeschool him." So his eyes opened up, and he was like, "What?" And the gist of that story is, if you believe it, you can achieve it. All right. He didn't know. All he heard was that he was a genius, and he was just like, player, yeah, let's roll, baby. I'm a genius, right? And that's what he thought, and that's how he went into everything. And he actually failed at so many inventions. He's known to like fail over I think 10,000 inventions or something like that. He says each time that I failed, I didn't fail. I just succeeded in figuring out a way that it won't work. And if I keep figuring out ways that it doesn't work, I'll eventually find a way that it does work. So chances are he wasn't as smart as we thought, but he was as smart as he thought. And for our world, I know he didn't really invent all these things. Like he kind of engineered a few things to make them better, or popularized them or whatever. He did a lot for our world. And it was all because of his extreme belief in himself. And it was all because of a lie his mom told him. So if y'all need that letter, just imagine your mom saying it to you. I mean, Finn Kaufman, he's too good a basketball player to play at this school. You need to teach him at home. All right. He's a genius. He's a basketball prodigy. I've never seen anyone like him since Michael Jordan himself. All right. So whatever you guys need to hear, say that stuff to yourself and inspire yourself to keep pushing on. Anyway, love that story. I'm sure you guys are all crying right now. So wipe the tears, and let's go on. All right. Middle school drills. We have clap dribble, pick and roll, flip flop, fly drill, trick dribbles, press break, give and go, triangle cuts for shots. I want to talk about the trick dribbles. You can have some fun doing these. You should come up with some on your own. All right, some trick dribbles that I've never seen. All right, see if you guys can do some trick dribbles from online. If you just type in those, all right, have some fun with it. Make up some stuff, whatever. Because basketball, it's a creative game, and when you do the trick dribbles, again, like what I said earlier about the cops and robbers, or about the backward alley oops, it's not just that drill on its face. All right, when you do these trick dribbles, you're holding a basketball longer. You're spinning your finger, you're doing things like this, you're creating more of a passion. You're also increasing your ball handling skill, sort of, because you're handling the ball while you're doing harder stuff that you're not able to do. So your hands are growing more and more aware of the basketball. And then occasionally you can pull out the tricks in games. All right. But overall, I think that the passion end of it is the defining characteristic of the trick dribble drills. All right. So do some trick dribbles, try to outshine your friends, challenge them to some trick dribbles. Okay. This is what this one's about. And if you're doing the drill, it just takes 10 minutes, take care of it all. Another one is triangle cuts for shots. It's just pass, slow down, and then sprint, either face cut down the middle or backdoor cut with your eyes up. Finish strong. Fly drills coming off that the ladders with stepping in, stepping out, 1-2, 1-2 with typewriter while going behind your back with the dribble. I've yet to find someone who can do this like dope yet. There's been some people that can do it pretty well. Derek Katarba was one of them. Pick and roll flip flop. This is if they do a flat show. What we normally do for a handoff is if they do a flat show. So they're not heavy showing. They're just flat showing, trying to keep you from the basket, right? Your guy goes over to guard you. What you're going to do is rescreen. All right. No, I'm sorry. Flip flop. My bad. Flip flop is on ice or routine show. Dang, I messed up. Ice or routine show. Flip flop is what they're always going to show, always going to show, always going to show. Now, instead of screen on this side, you're going to stutter step, screen on the opposite side, and go against the screen. What do we have? John, are tennis ball dribbling drills good? I think that those are great, I'm sure. I've never really gotten into them because I didn't want to start carrying tennis balls around. But I don't know. I also have a pretty full curriculum, but those could definitely count as our trick dribbles. I mean, I think it does a lot of the same stuff as trick dribbles. There's also the drills where you tap the lights and things like that. And what you're doing is you're creating distractions so that your senses aren't just focused on the dribbling, right? Like when you're staring down at the ball, because you can't do that in games. You got to pay attention, not just to the defender and to your teammates. Those are easy things. We understand that, right? Keep your head up. But now you have to pay attention to the score of the game, to what play you're running, to how nervous you are, to who hasn't shot this play versus last play, and who's like kind of like pissed off that they're not shooting the ball, like stuff like that. Like which defender is injured, right? And you're taking your attention away in many, many different ways, and you still have to dribble the ball. So when you do these tennis ball dribbles, like you throw it up and go cross, and then catch it, throw it up, cross between your legs, behind your back, catch it like that. You're basically making the dribbling part automatic because you're adding the ball. Now, once you get good at it, you need to progress. So we also do this drill where we're tapping the wall. Same sort of concept. When you do the lights one, I like the lights one, even though I don't have those either. The lights one, because the lights will shine at random. So you have to think while you're dribbling, right? There's also the one with the app, with the basketball app that has you like touch things, stuff like that. They're all the same sort of concept. All right, but overall, make sure that you're dribbling your hardest and that you're not paying attention to the dribbling after a while. All right, that's the main gist. What do you do if the guard overforces you on the screen? Oh, you're asking your own trivia questions now. I like it. All right, let's go with the high school stuff. We have divine drill, one-on-one with personal rules, indirect Euro step, Kyrie spin to J, hurdle layups, 180 side, or fake handoff. And the one that Dylan called me about today was the indirect Euro step. She's asking like which one it was. And that one is the one where you drive in, you step with your opposite foot, but instead of stepping this way, then this way, like you do with the direct Euro step, you're going to step with your opposite foot and dribble, but now you're going to step both steps the strong way. But the first step is going to be above your head if you're tall, through your body if you're short, toward the free throw line with that step. to go around the defender who was just going full speed that way. And then you take your next step toward the basket as you extend that arm and score. Again, I mean, once I get a basket, I can show you guys and things like that, but not yet. Cut back over the screen or the screen of flip flops. What do you do if the guard overforces? Nope. I would say cut back over the screen is what he's talking about, I think. So cut back over the screen is what you're trying to say. That's the better way to say that is to go against the screen. I think that's what you're talking about, right? So you got the answer. Just as long as you're not going over the screen. If he's not forcing you to it, good. A player in the top 10 plays just did that. No, not top 10 plays. I know who did it. There's the Denver Nuggets are talking about trading Bol for Lonzo Ball. That's a mouthful. Lonzo Ball for Bol. All right. And Bol is the 7'6" guy, son of Manute Bol, 7'4" guy. He just shoots threes all day. And then Lonzo Ball, I don't know why they would want him on this team. They have Jamal Murray. It's crazy. But all I saw on Twitter was this guy in college who went against the screen, and he drove and he dunked over Bol. So going against the screen, he did it really well too. I don't know what his name is, but maybe if you can type in like Bol dunked on in college or something like that, the guy does it really, really well. It goes toward the screen, looking like that, and his man bit badly because he saw the screen pop up, so he jumped right to the screen. He went against it, drove. I think he double clutched it to jump over him too. Yes, John, I was right. Basically, you're right. Yeah. All right. Guard overforces. Oh my God, I read that question. That is if the guard does not force you. Overforce is the Russell Westbrook page, or the Russell Westbrook play, where you go down the middle, so it splits a drive. Sorry about that, Finn. I misread, but in my defense, I am doing a show and reading at the same time. My bad. All right. Anyway, what do I win? Anyways, then we have the Kyrie spin to Jay. Speaking of Kyrie, he's taking 3 more games off for family issue, dude. Yo, guys, I think the Nets will win the championship. But, I mean, KD's hurt, but he's coming back. James Harden's kind of like the only one that you can really depend on that team. Basically, James Harden's like in Houston again. And you see what Houston's done without James Harden. 20 straight games lost. And they didn't just lose James Harden. They gained Christian Wood. They gained Victor Oladipo. They gained John Wall. And 20 straight games is a lot. I know that they didn't have Christian Wood for a lot of it, but still. But with Kyrie, man, I don't know if you can depend on him for another championship. He had LeBron that one time. I just don't know if you can depend on him. Look at what he did with the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics, they were supposed to win. And that dude folded then, too. Yells at his teammates for no reason. Like, man, I'm just saying I would not be shocked if the Nets lost. That's all I'm trying to say. If he doesn't force you away, you go away. All right, let's go with the last one is 180 side or fake handoff. I'm about to play in an open gym on Friday. I'm excited. That was where the gym that I just went to. Some dude was like, "Yeah, we play on Fridays," and he looked like a basketball player. He played I think he played D1 or D2, and I was like, I gotta find the schedule. So I found it. It's 8:00 on Friday nights. I'm gonna play in it. With me not playing basketball for a whole year, and me not being in shape, and with the altitude adjustment, but from being in Colorado, I don't know if I'm going to survive this. Hopefully I don't die. I'll let you guys know next week on Monday if I died. If you don't see me here, it's because I died. So there you go. But I was thinking about the 180 side or fake handoff thing. And anyone who understood that, I would know that they were like a good college player. All right. So as I'm dribbling toward people, I want to do a lot of like pick and roll stuff. Because in the end, I want to win these pickup games, because if you lose, you're off. And for this place, you pay $10, so I want to stay on, right? So smart players understand the whole game. If someone comes at you, you cut back door. You come for a handoff. You fake the handoff, and then you drive. Okay, you read the defense. So get to that level as you're playing, so that you guys can do a whole bunch of stuff just automatically without plays even. All right. Anyways, I think you are adjusted, John. It's been like 3 weeks. It has not been 3 weeks. I'm waiting for that 3 weeks, actually. It does take three weeks, but I also haven't ran. And me not playing for a year might be even bigger. But who knows? We'll see. All right. Anyways, you guys, I am out. Don't forget the quote of the day. Let's go. So let's go. Keep taking care of business. Know that your time will come. Know that COVID won't last forever. You guys will all be playing soon. Okay. All right. See you guys later. Don't forget if you happen to watch a movie, post it online for the reviews. All right. See y'all. Great job, everyone. Peace.